District Governor Lavinia Scheck Seals is with us tonight to share uh, her plans for her year as district governor and the information that she gains as district governor from international and how that impacts our district. Uh, the district governor is a position that uh, without the district governor, well, we don't have a district. So it's somebody that I firmly uh, believe is somebody that we need to assist with her goals and as well as share our goals and vision with her as she moves through the rest of the year. So I'm excited to see, Lavinia, what you have to share with us, and we'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jess. Um, I've not had a chance, pardon me, first of all, for my voice. The weather changing and all the elements that go in the air and things cause me a lot of allergies. And tonight is not an exception. As a matter of fact, although it doesn't look like it in the background, I'm in my bed. But I didn't want to miss this opportunity to speak with you all. I'm glad to be here. Of course, everybody's goal in Lions clubs right now is to increase membership. We're losing so many membership members for so many different reasons, um, and most of them in our district has been to death. But I am installing new members in Grass Lake next month, and I am working on getting a brand new club in Ypsilanti. It will probably be a branch club with with Ann Arbor Host, but we're continue to work on that, and I hope to get it in place before the end of my term. It's a long process, simply because the person that we're going to be working with, his name is Bonnie Billups, and he has this Peace Neighborhood Center in Ypsilanti that is doing great things, and that's where we're trying to get a new club going. Um, so having said that, at all of the clubs that I've visited, I generally ask them what it is they want to see me do the rest of this year. Um, and the first thing that I was asked is that we have more fun. And so I'm still working on getting this together where all of the Lions will come together here in Jackson at Cascades Park and just have fun. We're going to try to have most of the food donated, but also maybe have a passing dish. We're asking people to bring a friend. We hope to have membership tables there so that we do have a lot of visitors in Jackson at Cascades from all over the state. Um, so we hope to have membership tables and information from each club so that they could maybe these people could get an opportunity to see which club they might want to join. We're a bunch of different groups of people and different reasons that we're trying to serve our community. So hopefully we'll have a lot of different pamphlets and pass outs for people to know what Lions clubs um, are available, and also to know that we are still in existence. A lot of people don't really know that. And I was one of them when I came in 2017 or 18. I can't remember. Might have been 19. But anyway, I did not know much about it. I knew what they've done, especially working with the blind. And that was pretty much all I knew. I have learned so much since then. Um, and I can't say the greatest things, but one of the things, the projects that we have in our district have been very exciting for me to learn so much about. Winter Camp for the Blind, I never knew that was for adults. I thought it was children. Um, Penricton when I went there to visit, which was the first place that um, our club charter our club most of our club charter members went to, just to see what, what Lions was about. We went to Penricton, we toured the facility, we met with some people from D1 or A1, I'm sorry, A1. And it's just been a journey that I am very, very pleased to have walked down, and I hope to continue to walk and learn. And it is just so much about Lionism and so many wonderful, wonderful people that you get to meet. When I went to Leader Dogs for the Blind, I got a chance to walk with a dog. I had a chance to eat blindfolded in the dark. Um, it was a lot of things that just were amazing to me. And I was so tickled about that. I had them videotape me so I could send it to my family because it was just an experience that you don't think about those things when you're a sighted person and you have no affiliation with anything like that in your family or in your circle. And I think that's probably been one of the best things is that I've learned so much about people in need, not just blind people, but people in general. And I've always known that people were needy. Dare I say I was one of them. I was a welfare mother for many years, for a few years, I'll say, not many. And then I decided to go back to school. I was bored. I love, love, love being a mother, but it was not fulfilling me. And so I went back to school. And before I graduated and got my associate's degree, I was called to work at Consumers Energy. I continued my degree. So I worked, raised children, and went to school for 6 months um, by myself, just me. And I have four absolutely wonderful children that I would not change for anything in the world. They're very, very happy, very successful people, and they've given me 12 grandchildren and 14 great grandchildren. So this has been, I guess, the biggest pleasure in my life was being a mother and raising those four people. But as far as excuse me, as far as what else we can do, I really hope to see as many people as possible to come. Number one, to the Christmas party that they're trying to get a committee to, not Christmas party, yeah, I call it Calling All Lions. And I hope to have that in June and have as many people show up as possible just to show the camaraderie, get together, enjoy one another. Nobody's gonna be forced to do anything. We don't have to feel like we're working or we're going to be basically serving each other. Just getting to know who we are, getting to know people. And that's the other thing that I've really enjoyed is getting to know people. I've met people that I probably never would have met had I not joined Lions. And I'm really, really grateful for that and thankful for that as well. And there are so many good, 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 good people in Lions. I mean, wonderful people. And I've just had a great time meeting everybody and um, traveling. Of course, I went to Australia for the induction, and it was absolutely wonderful. My travel partner got sick, though. She didn't get sick. I apologize. Her husband got sick the day before we were going to leave, and he was hospitalized. And she did not want to go, and I didn't want her to go. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, I ended up having to travel that distance by myself, and that's the longest distance I've ever traveled, period. but it was wonderful. I'm glad I went. I'll go again. Said I wouldn't go again, but I think I will go again, but I will upgrade myself so that I'm not sitting and sleeping with 4 or 5 other people, and that's on the plane. So, I think that's about it. Unless anybody has any questions, we're going to continue to try to have, um, um, I wanna speak of something that I don't know if I should, but I'm going to anyway. The other thing is what I wanna do and that we're trying to do, as the Council of Governors in the state of Michigan is to try to reduce some of these costs for things that we have to pay for to go to. That's another big thing for me is that poor people like to do service too, but we don't always have the funds to do it. We don't. I went to Montreal back in 2001. I'm sorry, 2021. It was wonderful. We drove, we had a great time. Um, and of course, I went to Australia, I didn't go to Boston. But to one of the things I hope to do is hope to see, I'm not going to do it, but I'd hope to see it. I'm going to support it, is that we can reduce some of these funds that we have to put out to go to conferences or conventions so that more people will show up. Because out of the number of members that we have, the turnout is not that great. Um, in Australia and in Montreal, I saw a lot of people from all over the entire world, and it's just something I never would have would have been through, I don't believe, without Lions, without being a member of Lions Club International. The another thing that I'll say, and I'm gonna stop talking because I really shouldn't be talking anyway, is that I hope to see more of you come to some of our events that we have. The only thing that we have going on now is the district convention coming up in um, March 29th. Oh, and I think it's in May that we'll have the state convention. Hopefully, we can make it more affordable for people to come because it can be a lot of fun. It really can be. I'm speaking when I speak about the cost of things. I speak mostly for myself and my colleagues in Quest Southeast Jackson Lions Club because we don't have a lot of money, most of us. But we like to do things. We want to go places. We want to do lion stuff, but it's not always affordable to do. So that's another thing that I want to work on. I think that's all I have to say. I'm gonna let you all ask questions. I hope you have some for me.
Lavina, this is Phyllis. Um, have they improved the correspondence for the blind to attend the conventions?
As
Because,
far as I know, I'm going to say no. I know that that's something they're working on. And not only well, one of the things that
Audio now unmuted.
B Furman is a blind person. You all know B. And she has
Mhm.
attended those. But and from what I hear from her, people need more guides. And another thing that we did this past week is at one of the zone meetings we had Teresa Guest, who is our second vice district governor, come and give us assistance on how to guide a blind person. B came to our family fun night, family fun day with the children and their parents, and she taught them a little bit about that. But I think we got more instruction at a combined zone meeting this past week with Roger Yoder and some other folks. But that's what we probably need more of. As I had heard that. I guess I'd like to hear from you. Is that something you think that we need more of?
Yes, because there would probably be a lot more blind people going, but with the problem right now, like I said, correspondence and trying to get around, because there is nobody there to help to guide you to get around unless you bring somebody with you.
Right, right. So that's something that I'm gonna make sure that we talk about at our next cabinet meeting and certainly at our Council of Governors meeting, because the Council of Governors is statewide. So if you want to go to a, a state convention, and maybe there are more people outside of our district who are available to help. I know we have just a few within our district. And I think I'm going to speak with the zone chairs so they can maybe converse with their clubs and see if we can get more people to step up who will be able to do that and who is comfortable with doing it. I would not um like to see too many people come up just to do it. If you're not comfortable with doing it or not comfortable with learning it, I don't think it would work out very well. So, having said that, maybe I'll work through B, and see how we can, or work with B and see how we can get this, going better. But I know that she has mentioned that on several occasions.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
This is David, Louvenia. I was wondering, besides, you enjoy meeting new people, has there been anything else that, you've enjoyed since you've been the district governor?
Oh, I've enjoyed all of this. I tell you, it has been it's been some ups and downs, and I'm really trying to um incorporate more um what word do I want to use here? I want to see us have more people of color in our clubs. Uh Quest is the first predominantly Black club in our district. And I am the first Black district governor.
Mm.
We one of the clubs that they've been working on, the one I spoke about in Ipsy, they've been working on that for 2 years now, maybe even 3. And so I want to bring this to fruition. I want it to be done. I want it to be a club, and that'll be a predominantly Black club. That's one of the things that I want to see us do more of. And I think I've got off the topic of the questions you had, but being able to on that same frame, I think that enjoyment is being able to show that a person of color can be a district governor. A predominantly black club can be successful. We started during COVID, and that was what, 4 years ago, and we're still going strong. But I think the best thing that I've enjoyed about it is meeting the people and being able to service the community, the South side and east side of Jackson, being able to collaborate with a lot of different other organizations outside of Lions Clubs, looking at there's a group of Rotarians and Kiwanians and Lions in the Ann Arbor area who are trying to get a big service group together, where we all work together on it, maybe a particular project. That was wonderful to be able to see that. Plus the Rotarian that was there was somebody from Jackson who went to school with my sister and my uncles. So that was kind of exciting. But I I love also the travel,
Mm.
being able to meet people outside of our country has been exciting. But I really want to be able to after I visited Penricton and got more information about who they are and what they do, I was able to share that my aunt was dying, and I was on my way to Chicago to to St. Charles, Illinois for a big training. And it was an intense training that I really didn't want to miss. And my aunt died the day before. But my family told me, go ahead, there's nothing you can do here. Concentrate on what you need to do and getting your education to be a district governor so you can do the best that you can. I was very, very impressed with my family and pleased that they were okay with me leaving them for an entire week after the death of such a very, very close family member. Um, so it's a lot of good things, but then I guess the worst thing about it all is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And I would encourage anybody, though, to try to do it. I am so tickled that B. Furman is coming up. She'll be our second blind district governor. And I hope that we will see more coming ahead. And in any capacity, I know right now that you have the issue of having a guide. But I hope that you can come up and in any capacity, maybe take a zone chair and do some other things where you can go to other clubs and meet other lions. I think that's important. So I don't know who it was that asked. I think you said your name was Phyllis that asked about the guide.
Right.
Yeah. If you would keep in touch with me, I'm not the smartest person in the room, I promise, but I want to do what I can to make things better for all of us as Lions as we go to serve our communities. So I really want to work on getting some more guides to help. And even if they're not Lions, maybe they're willing to give up some of their time just to come and help.
Well, the other biggest thing is transportation for most of us too,
Right.
because they took a lot of our transportation away.
You mean everyday transportation?
No, I mean like for to get the Greyhound, or if we need to. I know I know our district Lions here. They used to help drive us places and stuff, but they've got away from that now from a lot of the Lions clubs. So we either have to take public transportation or find private transportation to get places.
Hmm. I wonder if, let me think on that because I got some things running around in my head behind that statement. And it seems like there should be something better than what it is now. And I know we've gotten away from doing a lot of things with public, semi-public, like the Ubers and things like that are getting better. But I'm also still very cautious about doing things, and I imagine a blind person would be even more cautious than I, as far as getting in the car with somebody you don't know. That would scare me a lot. So let's think. Yeah, let's talk about that some more, okay?
Yep, I'm on a committee for transportation right now, and that's a lot of things we're discussing right now.
Okay. Yeah, I have some things running in my head, like I said, so let me think on that. And believe it or not, my mother is still alive at 94. That's always been an issue she's had. Not that she needed transportation, but she's always been concerned about people and how they could get around and how the public transportation in Jackson stops at 6 o'clock or something like that. So tomorrow when I take her for her physical therapy, I think I'll ask her a couple of questions too.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? All right, well, thank you all for allowing me to come and visit you. And I hope I can meet you in person someday.
Well, and hopefully we'll get to see you maybe at winter camp a little bit this next year. So
I am going to try to come up to winter camp for one day. I'm not an outdoors person because I told you I have allergies that are out the door and they're year round. But I don't do a lot of outdoors, but I would like to come up there just because I'm learning more about it and I'd like to make that visit. So hopefully I'll see you then.